In the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera, The Young and the Restless, airing on June 16, 2025, the excitement builds as the major Dumas event approaches, bringing with it secrets, shifting loyalties, and heightened emotional tension. Everyone seems to be carrying their own motivations, and anticipation is running high. In this episode, the group finally arrives in France and prepares for the exclusive gathering at Aristotle Dumas' chateau. But this isn't just a glamorous retreat. With Phyllis working behind the scenes, Lily growing increasingly uneasy, and Dumas quietly observing his guests, it's clear that the trip holds deeper layers of mystery. As the Dumas party draws near, Lily Winters begins to feel a growing sense of concern. She was already unsure about the sudden invitation to France, and once she arrives, her feelings of unease intensify. Lily will share a subtle but persistent sense that something is off. Her intuition may be picking up on something important, hinting that unexpected challenges could lie ahead. Reaching the event isn't as simple as it seems. After arriving in France, the guests take a scenic train ride to Dumas' private chateau. While everything appears beautifully arranged on the surface, there's an undercurrent of intrigue. Dumas has made careful preparations and is closely observing the dynamics of his guests. This adds to the suspense, suggesting he may have a bigger plan in mind. Phyllis Summers is using the trip as a way to reboot her professional image. While she remains polite, especially around Sharon Newman, she's also making sure to establish healthy boundaries. Phyllis may subtly signal to Sharon that she's focused on her own goals and would appreciate the space to pursue them without interference. Despite some lingering tension between them, Phyllis isn't too concerned if Sharon reconnects with Nick, as long as it doesn't affect her objectives. While Phyllis aims to make a strong impression on Dumas, Sally Spectra is more focused on maintaining harmony within the group. She'll work to keep things on an even keel, especially when Billy Abbott's animated personality clashes slightly with Victor Newman's strong presence during the train ride. With so many influential people in one place, Sally's caution is understandable. She knows that one misstep could cause ripple effects. While the setting is elegant and the guests are excited about the evening ahead, a few can't shake the feeling that something's not quite right. Between Dumas quietly monitoring the event, Lily's growing sense of concern, and the tension within the group, this episode sets the stage for a layered and suspenseful storyline. There's definitely more beneath the surface, leaving viewers curious about what could unfold at this high-profile event. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's Jolie here. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Let's jump right into today's video. This week on The Young and the Restless, the show takes a bold leap away from Genoa City as several familiar characters travel to France for Aristotle Dumas' prestigious and invitation-only event. While the gathering begins with glamour and elegance, it quickly takes on a more complex and mysterious tone. The luxurious train ride to the venue sets the scene, but guests soon begin to notice subtle cues that suggest something unusual is happening. There's even a puzzling layout at the venue that adds an extra layer of intrigue, making the event feel more like an elaborate experience rather than a traditional party. Meanwhile, an unknown individual is seen monitoring activity through a series of hidden camera feeds. While this adds an element of suspense, it also points to someone quietly gathering information behind the scenes. Perhaps the exclusivity and mystique surrounding the Dumas event are designed to keep guests on their toes, and viewers will begin to learn more about Aristotle Dumas' true intentions as the episodes unfold. Though not everything will be revealed right away, hints about the deeper purpose of the gathering will begin to emerge. As the next chapter begins, several characters will board the train to Dumas' private estate, where the adventure continues. Look out for memorable moments between Sharon and Nick as they share time together during the ride. Along with Sharon and Nick, the group will also include Nikki, Victor, Sally, and Billy. Tension will build even before the train departs, especially when Billy makes a comment to Victor about entering Dumas's domain. Victor will respond with a confident, perhaps slightly overconfident, view of what awaits them on the other side of their journey. Meanwhile, not everyone will feel at ease. Lily will express that she feels unsettled and even suggest that something about the situation seems off. While her concerns might not be immediately clear or logical, it will become apparent that nothing about this trip will go as expected on the young and the restless. At the same time, another group will arrive at a puzzling challenge, a large and mysterious maze. Jack, Diane, Kyle, and Audra will approach cautiously and be greeted by Dumas's assistant, Carter. Carter will explain that this is a challenge they must face. Although his explanation is vague and does little to calm their nerves, the group will agree to participate. Once inside the winding pathways of the maze, a sense of uncertainty will grow. Whether this challenge is symbolic, psychological, or something else remains to be seen. It will become clear that Dumas has designed a complex experience with many layers of intention. As the guests navigate trains and mazes, another storyline will develop behind the scenes. A mysterious observer, played by Days of Our Lives alum Billy Flynn, will monitor the guests through a hidden camera feed. This footage confirms that the group is being watched in real time, presumably by Dumas himself. If Flynn is portraying Kane Ashby, this reveal could significantly impact long-standing relationships. And our spoiler alert. Here are your teasers for The Young and the Restless for the week of Monday, June 9th to Friday, June 13th, 2025. Be sure to tune in to CBS every weekday to see how everything unfolds in Genoa City. Victor shares details about Dumas. Chelsea makes an important confession. Nate gives Holden a warning. Victor helps Nikki handle a difficult situation. Phyllis makes herself comfortable. Billy puts his plan into action. Danny offers advice to Daniel. Adam and Chelsea combine business with personal matters. Tessa grows frustrated with Mariah. Jack reconsiders meeting Dumas. Lily arrives at the party seeking answers. Kyle faces an unexpected challenge. Aristotle Dumas reveals himself to his guests. Amanda's true connection to Dumas is uncovered. Vincent Stalba returns as Aristotle Dumas's assistant, Carter. Billy Flynn joins the cast of The Young and the Restless this week. June 11, Peter Bergman. Tucker McCall, a memorable and complex character on The Young and the Restless, first appeared in 2009. As a billionaire with a complicated history and deep ties to Genoa City's elite, Tucker's arrival stirred up many storylines. He is the long-lost son of soap legend Catherine Chancellor. His entrance created ripples as he sought to address past grievances. Over time, Tucker became central to some of the show's biggest corporate dramas, especially involving Chancellor Industries and its rivalry with Jabot Cosmetics. Additionally, his biological connection to Devon Hamilton brought new dimensions to both characters' stories. The way he handled his relationships, including his broken romance and eventual marriage to Ashley Abbott, added layers to his character. While Tucker often operated in complex situations, he was not simply a villain. He was an ambitious individual shaped by challenges and uncertainty, searching for identity and belonging. Overall, Tucker McCall is a legacy disruptor whose story always influenced the major players of Genoa City on The Young and the Restless. Tucker, born and raised in Ohio, was given up for adoption by Catherine Chancellor and raised by adoptive parents. During his teenage years, Tucker traveled to Europe and, under the name Mick, managed rock bands. He made some money but always felt a sense of rejection. When he arrived in Genoa City in 2009, he used a false identity. Working alongside G.T. Hellstrom, he quietly acquired Chancellor Industries. At a surprise shareholders meeting, he revealed that he was Catherine's son, a disclosure that set off years of personal and corporate consequences for Tucker and those around him. Initially, he sold parts of Chancellor Industries and took actions that distanced him from many, except Catherine. However, Tucker's facade began to fade as he developed a genuine relationship with his mother and later with Devon, his newly discovered son from a past encounter with Yolanda Hamilton, later known as Harmony. Unfortunately, his efforts to bond with Devon were challenged, partly by past misunderstandings and Devon's reluctance to trust him fully. Tucker's love life was also complicated. He began dating Ashley Abbott and married her in 2011. Their marriage ended due to infidelity when he became involved with Harmony. Despite the depth of their connection, Ashley filed for divorce, citing Tucker's difficulty in balancing family and ambition. This situation also caused Devon to distance himself from Tucker again. In Genoa City, Tucker focused much of his energy on his business ventures, often navigating complex relationships with rivals such as Jack Abbott, Victor Newman, and Sharon Newman. He attempted to use his connection with Sharon to influence Newman Enterprises, though his plans did not succeed and his reputation suffered setbacks. Eventually, Tucker left town for Hong Kong, but returned briefly to reconcile with Catherine before her passing. Although he did not attend her funeral, her loss affected him deeply. In her will, she left him her treasured record collection. When Tucker returned to Genoa City in 2022 after a long absence, he resumed his corporate pursuits, aiming to resolve unfinished business with both Ashley and Devon. Although older and perhaps more measured in his approach, he remained engaged in power dynamics and personal relationships. His final chapter on The Young and the Restless concluded in June 2024, leaving behind a long and eventful legacy marked by ambition, challenges, and emotional growth. A preview clip released for the week of June 16, 2025, shows Lily Winters sensing something amiss. Meanwhile, everyone must navigate a challenging maze to reach Aristotle Dumas. Elsewhere, a mysterious figure observes the guests on a large screen. Let's explore what's coming up on the CBS soap opera. The preview begins with Nick Newman and Sharon Newman. A honking horn is heard just before Sharon remarks that it seems they are finally starting to move. It appears that instead of having a clear address, everyone needs to use various modes of transportation to get there, perhaps to make the journey more challenging. The next scene shows Nikki Newman, Victor Newman, Lily, Billy, and Sally Spectra waiting in a lobby or sitting area. Nikki stands beside Victor, who has a drink in hand, while the others remain standing. Billy asks Victor if he's ready to enter the area where Aristotle Dumas awaits. Victor nods with a slight smile. The next scene shows everyone standing on grass in what looks like a hedge maze. Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins Abbott look around in wonder. Jack asks if it is some kind of maze. That is when a man, who appears to be working for Dumas, announces that this is the start of their challenge. Without giving much detail, he instructs them to enter the maze. The Young and the Restless spoilers for next week reveal that the preview clip shows Lily looking concerned. As Lily gazes outside, she admits she has a feeling the night won't go as planned. It seems Lily's intuition is signaling that something unexpected might happen. The final scene shows someone watching the guests on a large TV screen. It's hinted that Dumas' party might hold some surprising twists. What are the chances that something unusual unfolds, and no one can identify Dumas? A party where the host is absent, but observing everything remotely. This definitely sounds intriguing. The Young and the Restless spoilers also reveal that Phyllis Summers is planning a trip out of town to meet Aristotle Dumas and some of Genoa City's most prominent families. However, Daniel Romalotti is hesitant about his mother's plans involving Dumas. Will Phyllis encourage Tessa Porter to keep an eye on Daniel for her? Daniel isn't sharing much with Phyllis. He wants to process recent events in his own way, while Phyllis is encouraging him to focus on work instead. Phyllis hopes Daniel will become her partner in business, something he was once enthusiastic about but is no longer interested in. Instead, Daniel has chosen to pursue something new to help him cope: learning to play the guitar. This isn't too surprising. After all, Michael has some musical talent in the family. Maybe Daniel has a hidden knack for music, or perhaps playing the guitar is simply a way for him to find comfort. Phyllis believes she knows what's best for Daniel, but he wants to handle things independently. Daniel needs to find his own path forward, free from his mother's involvement. Will Daniel need to leave town to get his life back on track? Could this be the only way to get Phyllis to give him space? Phyllis has already asked Tessa to keep her updated on Daniel and his new hobby. She doubts this is what Daniel truly needs. Phyllis may continue to push Tessa for updates on whether Daniel is ready to return to work. Daniel, however, has firmly told his mother to respect his wishes and let him manage this on his own. Will Tessa provide Phyllis with the information she's looking for? Daniel has relied on Tessa for support lately, and working on his guitar skills has been very helpful. They recently even wrote a song together. Daniel has also become a friend to Tessa, who has been facing some challenges in her marriage. Maria Copeland has been distant lately. Could Tessa avoid getting caught up in Phyllis' requests while growing closer to Daniel? Could their friendship deepen, creating complications? Has Tessa found herself in the middle of Daniel, his mother, and his wife? The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that Claire Newman might find time to travel to France to surprise Kyle Abbott. If so, it could be quite a surprise if she finds Kyle with Audra Charles. Victor Newman arranged an invitation for Audra, who convinced Kyle to attend with her. It might sound friendly, but Audra's true intention is to shake things up between Claire and Kyle on Victor's advice. Kyle thinks this is all about a perfume competition for Dumas, but really, Victor's plan is to protect his granddaughter, Claire. Currently, Claire is focused on her father, Cole Howard, who is being transferred to a Chicago hospital specializing in pneumonia care. If Cole's health improves, Claire might decide to visit Kyle in France. You might wonder if she has the means to do so, but powerful Grandpa Victor can make almost anything happen. Here's another possibility. What if Holden Novak convinces Claire to attend the party with him? They've connected over shared interests, so it's a possibility. Holden could also play on Claire's concerns about Audra, having overheard some of the plans during a conversation with Victor. Holden remains intrigued and cautious regarding Audra. Will these two unexpected guests arrive to find Audra and Kyle engaged in something surprising? Possibly. It's worth mentioning that something significant is expected to happen at the chateau. We don't know exactly what, but the show has been focusing on Holden's recent struggles. Could he be the center of an important event, or might he play a key role in upcoming developments? Exciting the Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Kyle and Claire's lives are about to change dramatically, and you won't want to miss a moment of the thrilling twists ahead. The show suggests a major mystery might unfold in Genoa City, or perhaps in France. The CBS soap has been hinting at an unexpected surprise set to occur during Aristotle Dumas' big celebration in Nice. Was a clue dropped during the Friday, June 13 episode. The Young and the Restless spoilers for June 13 remind fans that Amy Lewis was saying goodbye to Damien Kane as he headed off to Nice. The two shared a warm farewell, but Amy later told Nate Hastings she felt uneasy afterward. She wondered what it might mean, and Nate suggested it was probably just the excitement of Damien's trip. Still, it's hard to ignore that the show might be setting up a mystery. Joshua Morrow recently revealed in a fan cameo video that a suspenseful storyline is coming soon. Dumas' party provides a perfect setting for something unexpected. Could Damien be at the center of it? If the show is planning a big surprise at the Dumas party, Damien could be involved. He and Lily Winters have been developing a connection. Could this deepen soon? It would be sad if something unfortunate happened to Damien, as he was just reunited with Nate and Amy. but he's also a character who could be part of a major plot twist without affecting the main players in Genoa City. The show has hinted at some dramatic moments during Dumas' party, so could Damien be part of the surprise? In the recent June 13 episode, Amy felt a strange sensation when hugging Damien, which left her uneasy. She shared this feeling with Nate, but wasn't sure what it meant, adding to the mystery surrounding Damien right before the Dumas event. Meanwhile, many in Genoa City were questioning the real purpose behind this enigmatic celebration. Elsewhere, Abby and Lily had a tense discussion. Lily suspected Victor might be planning something and suggested Tucker McCall could be Dumas. Abby defended her father, and although Devin tried to ease the tension, the disagreement was clear. Phyllis asked Tessa to watch over Daniel while she was away, but Tessa declined. Later, Phyllis accidentally revealed Daniel's plans to Danny and Christine. As the Dumas party approached, suspicions and tensions continued to build. At Society, Amy had dinner with Damien and asked about the Dumas party. Damien said he still planned to attend since his invitation hadn't been withdrawn. Amy seemed fine at first, but when she hugged him goodbye, she felt a strange chill that unsettled her. Later, she told Nate about it. Nate suggested it was likely just nerves or sadness, but Amy couldn't shake her concern. She felt something was off about Damien and his connection to Dumas, even if Nate didn't voice it. At Nate's home, Lily, Abby, and Devin discussed the Dumas party. When they heard Audra got a last-minute invite, Lily guessed Tucker might be Dumas. Devin disagreed, saying the timing didn't make sense. The conversation got heated when Lily suggested Victor might use the party for his own purposes. Abby defended her father and accused Lily of being unfair. Devin intervened, explaining they were going to the party to learn more, not to align with Dumas. Abby calmed down, but warned she wouldn't accept any moves against Victor. In the park, Phyllis told Tessa she was worried about Daniel and asked her to watch over him while she attended the Dumas party in France. Tessa declined to spy but promised to support Daniel as a friend. She also mentioned that Sharon was attending the party, which concerned Phyllis. Later at Crimson Lights on The Young and the Restless, Daniel was happy to see Christine and Danny, who surprised him with a visit. He hinted he was working on something with Tessa, but wasn't ready to share details yet. Phyllis showed up and unintentionally revealed Daniel's guitar lessons. Tessa quickly supported him, saying he had the right to wait until he was ready to talk about it. Phyllis then mentioned her invite to the Dumas party and pulled Daniel aside, expressing concern that Christine and Danny might influence him. Daniel reassured her that their relationship was strong. After Phyllis left, Daniel stayed with Danny and Christine. He said he didn't fully trust the Dumas party, but hoped it might help his mom make positive changes in her life. He wanted to believe it could lead to something good for her. The Dumas mystery remained unresolved, and the episode raised more questions. With Amy's confusing feelings about Damien, Abby, and Lily's disagreement, and Phyllis causing tension, the upcoming trip to France promised to bring surprises. In the current storyline of the daytime soap opera, The Young and the Restless, Victor Newman has enlisted Audra to challenge Kyle Abbott. The Newmans and the Abbotts have had a long-standing family rivalry. However, despite their differences, their relationships have often been complicated and intertwined. The initial rivalry between the two families began with a complex dynamic involving Victor Newman, Nikki Newman, and Jack Abbott. Currently, Claire Newman has started a romantic relationship with Kyle Abbott, despite her grandfather's reservations. This has caused some tension, and Victor has decided to work with Audra to intervene. They plan to address this during an exclusive event on a private island, hosted by Aristotle Dumas. Fans of the soap opera have been speculating about what their plan might involve. In a recent Facebook discussion post started on June 13, 2025, by Debbie Fort, many fans of The Young and the Restless shared their thoughts. While some speculated that this plan might challenge the relationship between Kyle and Claire, others predicted it could also impact Audra's relationship with Nate. Comments varied, with some fans suggesting Claire might attend the event, and others hoping Holden might assist Kyle. Meanwhile, a few viewers mentioned that the story arc was becoming less engaging. Recent episodes have shown Victor Newman unhappy with Kyle Abbott dating his granddaughter, Claire. Kyle was previously married to Summer Newman, which also did not sit well with Victor. As Kyle and Claire's relationship becomes more serious, Victor is determined to intervene. He has brought Audra on board to help with a plan that might create obstacles for the couple. They met at the GCAC to discuss their strategy. However, Holden overheard their conversation and confronted Audra. She asked him to respect her privacy, leading to some tension between them. Fans speculate that the plan will unfold during the highly anticipated event organized by the mysterious billionaire Aristotle Dumas. The event is set to take place on a private island in Nice, and rumors suggest Audra might try to create a situation that could put Kyle in an unfavorable light, potentially causing trouble for his relationship with Claire. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, June 16, 2025, reveal that Nate Hastings will warn Holden Novak. Victor Newman will share information about Aristotle Dumas, and Chelsea Lawson will make an important confession. Fans know Holden and Audra Charles have a history, and Holden has been eavesdropping on Audra's conversations, particularly the one about Aristotle Dumas' big event in Nice. Holden seems curious about Audra's intentions. He knows Kyle Abbott is involved, but is unsure of the specifics or the reason. Nate may need to caution Holden, perhaps assuming Holden still has feelings for Audra. Nate might also have information that Audra has not shared with him. Will Holden be the one to reveal the truth about Kyle's situation? Fans will see the residents of Genoa City travel to the south of France. However, Dumas' party will face some initial obstacles. There is a train ride, followed by a maze that the guests must navigate. Afterward, they finally arrive at Dumas' estate. While Lily appears deep in thought, she has an uneasy feeling that the night will not go as expected. In a preview clip, a mysterious individual watches the party guests on a surveillance monitor. Clearly, this is the real Dumas. Will he make a notable appearance or simply observe from afar? What exactly is his plan? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, June 16, reveal that Chelsea will share a heartfelt confession, likely with Adam Newman. Chelsea may open up about her unsuccessful attempt to reach out to Victor. She might also try to warn Billy Abbott about Victor's intentions. Chelsea has been quite conflicted about the situation. It seems she may be leaving Newman Media just as quickly as she joined. Meanwhile, Cole Howard is hospitalized with pneumonia. However, there are concerns that his condition may be more serious. This will have Victoria Newman and Claire Grace Newman focusing on Cole's health. Which storyline are you most excited to see on Monday, June 16, 2025? The Young and the Restless spoilers hint at some intense moments ahead in Genoa City. The confrontation escalates, a deal falls apart, and a major secret is revealed. What will happen next on the CBS soap? Let's discuss. Audra Charles is determined to disrupt the relationship between Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott. It seems that during Aristotle Dumas' party in France, tensions will rise between the two couples. Both Audra and Kyle might cross boundaries, which will lead to consequences and could expose the plan she has with Victor Newman. Victor will hear about the situation from Nikki Newman and Victoria Newman. However, Audra will likely face most of the backlash, especially since she has a boyfriend, Nate Hastings. While Kyle's actions are not excusable, the confrontation between Audra and Claire promises to be compelling. Claire usually presents herself as sweet, and she is, but fans might see a different side of her if she's pushed too far. After all, she is Victor's granddaughter and was raised by Jordan. Speaking of Kyle, he signed a contract with Victor agreeing to pay $5 million and leave Genoa City if he breaks Claire's heart. Will he come to regret this? If he and Audra get caught doing something inappropriate at Dumas's party, causing his relationship with Claire to end, Kyle will be in a difficult position. The money might not be a problem, but leaving the town could be. Could Kyle find a way to void the contract? All signs point to Billy Flynn's debut coming very soon, likely as the recast of Kane Ashby, using the Aristotle Dumas identity. How upset will Lily Winters be when she learns the truth? She's used to Kane's secrets, but this one may be harder to accept. Will Kane hope for a reunion? That seems unlikely. Regardless, Flynn's debut and Dumas's reveal will be moments fans won't want to miss.